Now we'll start with the new chapter, that is market mechanism. Now in market mechanism we'll check out equilibrium, price and quantity in a competitive market. Now to understand the chapter, first we will understand what is equilibrium. Now what is equilibrium? Equilibrium refers to a situation in which the quantity demanded of a commodity equals to the quantity supplied of a commodity. That means in market, whatever quantity is demanded, it is equally supplied. Then it is equilibrium. In case if it is not supplied, that means if the quantity demanded is not equals to the quantity supplied, then what we will say? We will say this is a condition of disequilibrium. Okay, this is equilibrium in case of demand and supply. Now what is equilibrium? Price. The price at which the quantity demanded of a commodity equals the quantity supplied. Now do remember, at one point the demand and supply will meet. Now where the demand and supply is meeting, we will check out at that point of time what is the price. Fine. Now that price is a equilibrium price. Is it clear? Now that is what they say, the amount that is bought and sold at an equilibrium price is known as equilibrium quantity. So at that price where the amount is being bought and sold, okay, that particular price is, it is known as what? Equilibrium quantity. Now when the price equals the equilibrium price, okay, the quantity bought and sold equals the equilibrium quantity. Fine. That means at the price, when we say that this price is a equilibrium price, where the quantity bought and sold equals the equilibrium quantity. That means there is a quantity also which brings a point at equilibrium. Fine. So when everything matches, that means when the demand of the quantity, the supply of the quantity and the price of the quantity, all these three conditions comes together, then we say it is market equilibrium. Okay, fine. Next is equilibrium price and quantity in a competitive market. Now in a competitive market, a single consumer or a single seller has no influence over the market. Why? Because we are checking market, right? Now in market, what we will see? We will see group of consumer or a group of seller, right? So that is what, one single person has no influence on market price and therefore has no role to play in the determination of price. So they will not play any role while determining the price in the market. Now instead of it, price is determined through the interaction of market demand and market supply. So here what we are checking complete market demand and complete market supply, not individual. Okay. Now we'll check out the demand and supply scheduling. Okay, we have already studied very well. When the price is increased, what is the quantity which is being supplied? It also increases. But demand, what happens? It decreases. Fine. So that is what we will check out. Here you can see in the schedule 500 is the price. Now what is the quantity which has been demanded at that price? Sorry, that is quantity is 30. Okay. Now what is the quantity which has been supplied? It is 56. Now if we will check out the difference between the demand and supply, you can see supply is more and demand is less. Now what is the market position? If the supply is more, it is excess supply. Fine. So what will happen to the price? If supply is more, what will happen to the price? You know very well, when supply is more and no demand, then the price will come down. So what will be the effect on price? The price will reduce, that is decrease. Now check out the second case. 400 is the price. Okay. Now what is the quantity demanded? 40. What is the quantity supplied? 50. Again, if you will check out the difference between the quantity demanded and quantity supplied. Fine. So what is the situation? Again, it is the situation of excess supply. Now this is market position. Now what will happen to the price in the market? If the supply is more, demand is less, again what will happen? The price will get reduced. Okay. Now third situation. See, the price is 300, quantity demanded 45, quantity supplied 45. See, the demand and the supply both are equilibrium. Fine, both are equal. So what is the market position? This is the position of equilibrium. Now what will happen to the price? We will not change the price because this is the price which is being meeting the demand and supply both. Okay. Now if at all I decrease the price after this, so what will be my demand? My demand will increase because price is reducing. So price decreases, demand increases. See, demand 55. Fine. Now quantity supplied. Now supplier will not be interested in supplying. So what happened to the supply? Supply reduced 35. Now if I'll check out the situation, that is the difference between the quantity demanded and quantity supplied. So what is there? Here the case is excess demand. Why? Demand is more. Now what will happen? If demand is more and no supply, then what will happen? No doubt the price in the market will be raised, that is increase. See, again if I reduce more price, quantity again will be more, that is demanded. Fine. And quantity supplied will reduce, that is, see, quantity demanded is 70 and quantity supplied is 20. Again if I check out the difference, it is market position is excess demand, that means demand is increased. So what will be the effect on price? Because the demand is more in the market and there is no supply, what will happen? The price of the commodity will rise. Okay. So the excess supply leads to a fall in price for a people. With demand good, so at less price, knowing the abundance of good. Why? Because goods are more. Right? And when there are more goods, no demand, what will happen? The price will be reduced. Fine. So this is what I explained you about, that has been written over here. Moreover, to sell the surplus, the seller will start selling goods at low price. Now when there is no demand in the market and supplier is supplying, he has excess supply, what will happen? He has to sell his good, right? Now if to sell his good, what he will do? He will reduce his price. So the price will reduce. Now as usual, excess demand, what will happen in case of excess demand? It will lead to rise in price. Why? Because there is a shortage of goods. Fine. So no change in demand, people will offer any price over a higher price. Fine, to purchase the goods. Why? Because what is the condition? Demand is more, supply is less. People will offer more prices for the purchase of goods. And again the producer will come in a situation of the selling goods at higher price. Fine. See down, you can see the graph. Same is it is being explained. The condition, one condition is excess demand, another condition is excess supply. See, one price, that is a price P. It is a price where demand and supply matches, that is equilibrium. Okay. Now demand, supply and price, all three are matching, that is why it is a state of equilibrium in the market. Now if we raise the price, what will happen? Demand will reduce, supply will increase. This is the case of excess supply. Now if I reduce my price, what happen? Supply will reduce, demand will increase. Okay. So this is the case of what? Excess demand. Now I am going to explain you equilibrium price and quantity diagram. Okay. Now you can very well see the graph. Labeling of graph is very important. This is what? Quantity, x-axis, price, y-axis. This is 0 or you can say O. Now this is my supply curve and this is my demand curve. Okay. Now at one point of time, you know, this is intersecting. Now we will check out the price. This is the price which is equilibrium price. Now at this point of time, my demand, supply both are matching. Fine. And the price also is satisfactory. So this is a stable price. Okay. Now in case if I increase a price, let me take 1 point up the price, that is P1. Now what I have done? I have raised the price. What will be the situation? Let's join the point. Okay, what happened? As the price increased, my demand decreased. See, this is a point of decrease in demand. Now what will happen when the price increase? What will happen to the supply? See, my supply increased. Okay. Now see the gap. This is which gap? This is the gap which is known as excess supply. This is which gap? This is the gap which is known as excess supply. Now let me take the second condition. Second condition, if I take P2, that means now I am reducing the price. Let me again join the point. Now I am joining the point. Let me see what will happen to my supply. See, when I join the point in supply, my supply reduced. Fine. Now if I join the same point on demand, what happened? My demand increased. Now this gap is known as what? Excess demand. This is what? Excess demand. This is the excess demand in the market. This is the excess supply in the market. Now if at all there is an excess supply, again I said all the factors will start acting. That means my demand will increase, price again is reduced, so there won't be supply. Supplier will not be interested in supplying. With that, it will be, the price will rise up. Okay. Now when the price will rise up, again my demand will fall and my supply will increase. At one point of situation, again it will be a point of equilibrium where my demand, supply and price all matches. Okay. Same will be the condition if my price I have increased, demand will fall and there will be excess supply, more supply in the market. So producer will be left out with more goods. What he will do? He will start selling his goods at low price. He will reduce the price. Okay. So I hope the diagram is clear. This is the diagram of equilibrium, price and quantity. Now what is stable equilibrium? Now a stable equilibrium is one which, if displaced due to some reason or disturbance, what that means, suppose because any reason, suppose my price increase or whatever may be the case, demand increase or supply increase, whatever may be the case, if it is displaced due to some small reason or disturbance, okay, so what will happen? All the forces will start acting. All the forces will become active in operation, okay, which will restore what? The initial equilibrium position. Why? Because the force will apply. Suppose my demand increase, what will happen? Supplier will not supply. The supply will be shortage. Demand will be more. Again the forces will act. Price will again come on the same level. So this is what it will work out in both the cases. Suppose same is the case, my price increase, so demand will reduce and equally the supply. There will be excess supply and again the forces will act and price has to come down. So the stable equilibrium will be created. You know very well, you have seen knife, not knife, rather scissor, right? Now scissor is what? Both the blades are sharp. If both the blades are not sharp, you cannot cut any cloth. Fine. So this is what example is. Now next we will move on to the topic effect of shift in demand on equilibrium, price and quantity. Now what we are doing? We are keeping supply constant. Okay. Now there is only one supply curve. We are not moving supply curve. Only what we are doing? We are shifting demand. Now what will be the effect? That means if suppose I increase my demand or decrease my demand, what will be the effect on the quantity demanded and the price? Right. Suppose if my demand curve, see in the graph, is moving rightwards, that is from DO to D1. Okay. Now if at all it happens, what is happening? Just see, my quantity demanded also increases, my price is also increasing. Fine. Now second case, if I shift my demand curve towards left, D2, right? So what is the situation? My price is also reducing and my quantity demanded also reduces. So an increase in demand for a commodity, that is a rightward shift in the demand curve, causes an equilibrium in both. What? Increase in both what? Equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity, bought and sold. Now a decrease in demand for a commodity, that is leftward shift in the demand curve. What will be the situation? A decrease in demand for a commodity, that is leftward shift in the demand curve. Both the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity, bought and sold, will fall. Okay. Now I'll show you effect of change in demand on equilibrium price. See, this is my equilibrium price. What will happen if my demand change? That means my demand curve shifts. Okay, what I am showing? Shift of demand curve. Okay. So this is what I am showing over here. Fine. Now this is my initial demand, this is my initial supply. Do remember, I will not touch my supply, I will just shift my demand. Now if at all my initial demand, on my initial demand and initial supply, E0 is my equilibrium. This is my initial equilibrium. Now I am shifting my demand to right. This is towards right. Now I have shifted my demand curve. This is my demand curve. I have shifted my demand curve towards right. Fine. So this is D1, you can say D1. Now I will touch the point. See, this is where the point is meeting on my supply curve. Now I touch the point. What is the situation? I'll just check out the situation, what effect it is giving. See, this is P1. What happened? Price is raised. Now if I'll check out my quantity, equally my quantity is raised. Same way, if I shift my demand curve towards left. Now I am shifting my demand curve towards left. That means I am decreasing it. If demand curve goes towards left, that means it is a decrease. So it is, I am representing it with D2, D2. Okay. Now again here it is the point where it is meeting. Now I'll touch the point. I'll check out what is the situation. What happened? P2, my price reduced. I'll check out my quantity. What happened? Q2, my quantity reduced. See, if I check out the things, I get the things very well that my quantity will also reduce and my price will also reduce if I will shift my demand curve. Equally, my equilibrium price. See, this is my equilibrium price. Here, if I reduce my if I shift my demand curve, that means if my demand decreases, what will happen? It will be reduction in price, reduction in quantity, equally reduction in equilibrium price. Same if I go towards the right, that means increase in demand, what will happen? It increases the price, increases the quantity, equally it increases the equilibrium price. So this is the effect. Okay. Now if I check out my initial price, this is my initial price. I will check out with my initial price where the point is matching with the demand. Fine. Now this is the initial price. If I check out, see this particular point. That means from QO to Q3. This particular point is what? This is the case of excess demand. Why? Because you will see that demand is expanded. It is increased. So that is what it is. It is the case of excess demand. Now you will not mention this part. This is just for an explanation. Okay. You have to understand this situation. That's all.